something we've got used to seeing from the Toronto Blue Jays as of late. They win the first game of series, and then they can't really do anything after that, as they lose today 9-5 to the Atlanta Braves down in Atlanta and split the mini 2-game set. And today the story was, what could Sam Gaviglio do for the Toronto Blue Jays? Today, really nothing whatsoever. He had a tough first inning, had a couple runners on base, got into some trouble, found a way to get out of it. But then in the second inning, the wheels just came right off. Camargo singled to center to lead off. Then Acuna Jr. flied out. Swanson singled. And then Fultonevich, however you want to pronounce his name. I've heard 3 different pronunciations on radio and TV and all that stuff, so whatever you want to call him. He hits a sacrifice bunt, moving the guy up to second base. But Camargo comes in to score on the play, and they get the 1-0 lead. Problem, Luke Maile on that play throws to third and makes an error, and that's something that cannot happen. Because that just, the wheels start turning for them, and they just get rolling. They have one out, but they've got their mojo right now, and it shows after that. Next batter, Inciarte, he doubles to center field. Swanson comes in to score. Next up, Ozzie Albies, the youngster. It's a sacrifice fly. Fultonevich comes in to score. Inciarte to third base. Then Freddie Freeman singles to right field. Inciarte comes in to score. Then Markakis doubles. And Freddie Freeman comes in to score. And then Flowers singles to center field. Markakis comes in. And then they bring in Jake Petrichka after that. Sam Gaviglio just really did not have it at all in this game. His line, he takes the loss, rightfully so. Goes 1 2/3, gives up 6 hits and 6 runs, and all 6 were earned. He had a really tough outing in this game. Couldn't really get anybody out. I mean, he had a rough time in the first, and in the second inning, the wheels just came right off, and he had a tough time. Now, yes, you're down 6-0, but it's early in the game. Can the Jays come through? Can they get some mojo going? Well, Jake Petrichka comes out and throws an inning and a third. No hits, walks a batter, but strikes out 2, and a clean job there for Jake Petrichka. Next up, Tim Meza throws 2 great innings, gives up 1 hit, walks a couple guys, but strikes out 4. And I will continue to preach this, and I preach this in spring training. He should be the lefty for this team. His ERA dropped down to 3.21. I know in minimal sample size, obviously, Mays has been up and down from AAA Buffalo, but that's that. Then Luis Santos comes in, and, it just doesn't get any better. Ozzie Albies hits a home run, and they're just crushing us all over the place. It is 7-0. He strikes out, he strikes out a couple guys in his inning of work, gives up a couple hits, and the home run to Albies, and he just had a tough time there. Then John Axford throws a clean inning in the 7th inning, and then the Blue Jays, I skipped past John Axford. I was hoping I was right there, but in the top of the 7th inning, Jays, they're down 7-0. It's pretty much over at this point, but they continue to do what we have seen from this team all year long, really. The ability to fight no matter what the score is. First off, leading off the inning, Justin Smoke hits a home run off Fultonevich. And up until this point, midway through the second inning, the Jays had 1 hit through 6. Then to start the 7th, Smokey with the home run. Hernandez and Grichuk both strike out, and they get nobody on and 2 out. Kind of what you expected, solo shot, and then that's all she wrote. It's a 7-1 game. But then things start to change. Gurriel singles to right field. Diaz singles to center. Luke Maile hits an infield single, and just like that, the bases are loaded for Devin Travis. With 2 out, nobody on, the team loads the bases. All right, let's see what he can do. Devin Travis takes a 1-1 pitch from Fultonevich and drills it into the right center gap, and it has enough juice to get over the fence and out of the ballpark. Grand slam for Devin Travis, and the Jays have cut the lead to 7-5? I mean, holy smokes, this team is not quitting. But something I have preached, and I will always preach it. When you put runs on the board, whether it be 1 run or in this case, 5 runs, you want a 0 in the next inning. Nope. Aaron Loup comes out, and he has an abysmal inning, throws 2/3 of an inning, gives up 3 hits, walks a batter, strikes out 1, but gives up 2 runs. I mean, he was horrible in his inning of work. You know, off a 2-run shot from Ozzie Albies once again. The guy has been fantastic. He's got 20 home runs. I mean, this is what happens when you draft and develop guys. The 21-year-old has 20 dingers. That is ridiculous to see from him. And that puts them up 9-5. And at that point, that's all she wrote for the Toronto Blue Jays. Like we said, as they lose 9-5 in the game. Now, in the bottom of the 7th, like I said before I backed up a little bit, John Axford had a clean inning of work, no hits, no walks, strikes out a guy. He's been pretty good as of late. I got to give that to him. And Joe Biagini clean up Aaron Loop's mess, getting the 1 batter he faced, dropping his ERA to 6.13. He's getting there a little bit when it comes to ERA dropping, and he's done a very good job as of late for the Blue Jays. The problem today, though, was the abysmal start from Sam Gaviglio. You couldn't get any innings out of him. And the problem now is you lose that finale of the series. And now guess what? You gotta go to Boston for 4 games. Never fun. Ever. Game 1 of the series goes tomorrow. 7:10 first pitch at Fenway. J.A Happ on the mound, 10-5 with a 4.44 earned run average, and David Price on the mound for the Red Sox, 9-6 with the exact same ERA as J.A Happ. That's a coincidence, eh? Game 2 of the series goes Friday night, 7:10 as well. Ryan Borucki, 0-1 with a 2.25 ERA. He's been stellar in the first 3 outings of his young career. Rick Porcello, turning back the clock, I guess, a couple of years, well, not this past season, but the year before in his Cy Young winning season, 11-3 with a 3.58 earned run average for him. That's Friday night. Saturday, Marco Estrada versus Eduardo Rodriguez. Again, that start is up in the air for Marco. Obviously, with I think it was the hip injury that he had in his last start and got pulled in the first inning. We don't know what his status is for that game. He's listed as the starter for the ball game, but we're going to have to wait and see as days go by if he will make that start. It's a 105 first pitch. And then Sunday, Marcus Stroman versus Hector Velasquez. And that right there, that 4-game series against the Red Sox starts the All-Star break for the MLB. And it is kind of good at a good time for the Blue Jays because you'll just be going to face a team that you do not want to see in the Red Sox. And then you get to go into the All-Star break and relax. But we never know what can happen. I mean, we've seen crazier things from the Blue Jays over the past little while. We saw them sweep the Nationals, for goodness sakes. Didn't see that. I mean, yeah, they're not having a great season as of late, at least. I'm actually going to check where they are. They're 500. I mean, but you swept them, and you swept the darn team. We haven't seen that a lot lately, and you did against the Nationals against 3 very good pitchers. So for the Jays, they open up the series against Boston tomorrow night. All right, so you know what, guys? That is going to do it for this one. You guys enjoyed this video, and you guys did not enjoy Sam Gaviglio's start. Hit that like button. I do appreciate that. Hit the subscribe button if you guys have not already. Comment down below. What'd you guys think of the game? What'd you think of Gaviglio? What'd you think of this team's ability to fight back and a clutch grand slam from Devin Travis there in the 7th inning? I want to hear what you guys have to say about that. Also, Vladdy Jr., we heard the information yesterday. I just didn't have enough time to mention it in the video, and I'll also be talking on the podcast tomorrow. You're darn tootin'. The podcast will be uploaded tomorrow night. But Vladdy Jr., once healthy, once done his rehab, will be in AAA Buffalo. I'm going to leave the rest for the podcast. That's going to be a lot of fun to talk about tomorrow night. Speaking of the podcast, the link is in the description for the podcast channel and for the podcast itself on iTunes, guys. Go check that out. Twitter down below, follow up, send me a DM, do all that great stuff, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow night after the podcast as the Jays open up the the final series before the All-Star break in Boston. Game 1 goes tomorrow night at Fenway. J.A Happ, David Price, 7:10 first pitch. We'll talk to you guys then.